Hello, everybody. Louise Eddington, Cosmic Owl of Cosmic Owl Astrology, your wisdom weaver. I've got a hair here. Anyway, Venus is moving back into Aries. Am I ready for the fire? I can actually feel it today because I actually felt like my cold is drying out. That has plagued me with these last days of Venus in Pisces as she moved over the North Node and Saturn. But before I record, please do not forget to leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe. I pulled 3 cards. I'm going to give you a glimpse to a discs. Great Mother, Universe. So stick around for what the cards say at the end. But Venus moves back into Aries tomorrow. I'm recording this on April the 29th. She moves in on April the 30th. So let me share the screen. I'm going to share some of the aspects, and it's a hot, fiery journey through the sign of Aries as she comes in. So I've called this She Rises, She Roars, She Remembers. So, wow. So we're diving into this fierce, fiery return of Venus after months of retrograde, well, weeks, unraveling, descent, and remembering that journey back into Pisces with Neptune and the North Node and Saturn, Mercury there too, and the eclipses. She's back, not soft and dreamy, but bold, unapologetic, and on fire. So she re-enters Aries, the first sign, the point of emergence. This is the very degree of the zodiac that's called the alpha point, the 0 mark of creation. And on this very same day, Kamala Harris steps up to give a major speech marking 100 days of you know who in office. This is no coincidence. It's the feminine force reigniting, not asking for power, but speaking it. This is Venus as the spark, the rebel, the warrior artist. So on May the 2nd, this is where she really starts kicking in. I'm actually going to stop the share. You don't need all of these things. I can read to you the degrees. She's going to go through Aries. So, but on May the 2nd, Venus will meet Neptune at 1 degree of Aries. This is a wild one. The planet of desire meets the planet of illusion, mysticism, and sacrifice. Expect a big surge of vision, passion, maybe a little idealism too, but keep your feet on the earth. This is a beautiful day to cast a spell, but don't hand your power over to the fantasy. On May the 4th, may the 4th be with you, Venus will conjunct Cassandra, asteroid Cassandra, at the very degree of the Venus star point from March the 22nd to Aries. This is the crown jewel. The Venus star point was when Venus fully rose in her morning star phase. But this time, as she reaches her maximum elongation, well, she's just past it, but close, she is arm in arm with Cassandra, the voice of prophecy that no one believed. Ask yourself, what truths do you know but have been talked out of? Where are you ready to speak, even if they roll their eyes? This is truth-telling as revolution. This is feminine foresight on fire. On May the 5th, we get Pluto stationing retrograde though. So right on the heels of this Venus ignition, Pluto slows and turns, the underworld opens. Watch for themes of power, control, surveillance, or system upheaval. But also, where does your fire meet your fear? That's where your transformation is ready. And it's ready for the very next day when Venus sextiles Pluto at that station degree. That's a powerful opening. Desire meets depth. Act on what you're called to create with soul, not ego. It's a great day for art, activism, and fierce love. Then we have a bit of a cosmic break for a few days. On May the 16th, though, Venus passes 10 Aries, which was where she's stationed retrograde. So this is huge. Venus officially clears the point where she began her retrograde journey way back on March the 1st. What have you learned about desire, embodiment, voice, and value since then? She doesn't just return, she rebirths. So from May the 22nd to May the 31st, Venus is in full Aries power. May the 22nd, she trines Mars in Leo, pure desire, courage, and creative fire. On May the 23rd, we have a moon conjunct Venus, emotional clarity about what you want. On May the 28th, sextile to Chariklo, Grace Spinner, that is grace in invisibility, not in invisibility, invisibility, support in sovereignty. And on May the 29th, conjunct Okiroe, speak what you see coming. And May the 31st, she is in sextile to Pallas Athena, strategy meets beauty, vision meets form. And then we have the big day, June the 1st, Venus conjunct Eris and Chiron, both at 25 Aries. This is the truth wound moment. Venus meets Eris, the chaos goddess, the cast out sister. Then she meets Chiron, the healer of the unhealable wound. This is where rage and tenderness collide, where what you really feel can no longer be masked. It might sting, it might liberate, but it will be truth. And truth, even when it burns, clears the path to healing. And then on June the 4th, the last aspect before Venus leaves Aries, sextile Jupiter, 28 degrees Aries Gemini, which is incidentally with Jupiter opposing the galactic center. Blessings arrive. The fire finds its voice. This is the day to speak what you've become and claim your new chapter. Next chapter, sorry. And then June the 5th, Venus enters Taurus. She returns to her temple after the fire, the grounding, after the raw, the root, and she's not the same Venus who left. She comes home with scars, stories, and most importantly, sovereignty. That's the most beautiful thing of all. If this Venus Aries season stirs something in you, a truth, a desire, a fire you've hidden, let it rise, let it move, let it burn away the silence. If you want to walk this path deeper, my Spiral Weave membership holds space for exactly this kind of soul fire. Check it out below. Now go speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Venus would not have it any other way, except we're going to do the cards. All right, so remember I showed you the cards, but here we go. Before I do, I want to read you this little kind of meditation, if you like. She's not coming back quietly. Venus rises in Aries, fierce, sovereign, and done waiting. Now let me share the cards. Oh, will this blockages in my nose ever go away? Here's the cards I pulled. I took a picture of them for you. So we got the Two of Discs. That's sacred balance in motion. This isn't juggling, it's alchemy. You are navigating transformation in real time. balancing rage and tenderness, vision and body, instinct and integration. This card says you don't need to pause to be ready. You are becoming as you move. Let this permission be in process, beautifully, messily, powerfully alive. Then the Great Mother, holding all that is. She's not just nurturing, she is cosmic muscle memory. She sees your fire, she doesn't flinch. She says, let it burn, my love. I can hold that too. This card reminds us that the feminine fire isn't fragile. It bursts worlds. Let her hold the part of you that is raging, creating, and shedding. Let her remind you that you belong to this earth, this body, this moment. And then Venus in Aries with the universe. This is the spiral completed, the end of this journey for now. Venus in Aries is not a detour. It's the closing of a circle and the start of a new dance. This card says you've outgrown the old orbit. Now take up space in the cosmos you helped birth. By June the 5th, when Venus returns to Taurus, you won't just be who you were, you'll be fully re-entered into the world as your true self. The fire is real, the thread is strong, and the universe is watching, not to judge, but to witness your blooming. So embody, release, and trust are the main messages of this card. All right, it's time to really emerge and say, I am the flame and the thread. I move with purpose. I am held in the becoming. Whew, it's going to be an interesting time. It was such an intense Venus retrograde portal with the eclipses and Mercury retrograde. My next Venus retrograde class won't be till the fall of 2026. I do have a wait list if you want to join it. There's no obligation. That just means you get an email when registration opens. But wow, it has been quite the journey. But welcome Venus back into Aries. It's just, whew, just amazing. I do actually want to read you one testimonial from the class so far. It was wondrous, all of it. I had to miss 2 of the live meetings, but I looked forward to meeting every Tuesday. And while I was listening to your voice and the stories, I would close my eyes and float into space. It brought up a lot of emotion for me, which was a good thing. I needed to let some things go and climb into my strength and feminism. I am grateful that we continue to have access to the website, as I have a number of things I want to get caught up on. I've had a very stressful time for the past year, and this helped me find my strength. Louise did an extraordinary amount of work to make this an extraordinary class. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, Kate. So until next time, I love you. See you.